Hi guys, welcome to the video. This video is just a very quick video about the Raijintek Metis Plus case and the fan at the rear. So this case comes with a fan at the rear and it's an LED fan and it lights up white. There's actually on the cable a little button. If you press the button, the fan comes, the LEDs come on and go off with a little button. However, on this particular fan, there's a Molex connector and a 3-pin motherboard connector. So I've connected this up via the 3-pin motherboard connector. The other connector, the Molex connector, basically what I've done is I've put electrical tape around it and I've taped it up to make sure if a screw falls into it you can't get any short circuits. So I'd advise either cutting the Molex connector off and make sure you can't get any short circuits on the wires, or to tape it up. I've just used electrical tape on it and taped it up. Now the fan at the back, when it's connected to the motherboard 3-pin header, it actually works. It comes on when the fan goes over about 1000 RPM. So you need to adjust your motherboard settings to make sure the fan runs over 1000 RPM, and then the light will come on. If it's running slower than 1000 RPM, the light on the back won't actually come on. So that's one of the key things to making it work. Now, the actual airflow on this case is a bit strange. Originally, I had the fan at the rear sucking air in to the CPU cooler. Now, I've also got a graphics card on this particular computer, and it's a 1650 Super, so it's a 100-watt graphics card. Now, when you're playing games and it's flat out, i.e. you're using the 100 watts totally, the actual front of the case starts to heat up. If you've only got the one fan in and pulling air over the CPU cooler. So the CPU stays nice and cool, but the graphics card gets quite warm and it goes up to about 78 degrees C, which is a little bit too high really. But the main issue is around the front left of the case, so sort of in this area, the actual case gets very hot to touch. It's quite surprising. I think this is because the air can't escape fast enough outside the case. And obviously being aluminium, it's going to heat up quite quickly. So what I've done now is I've put a fan at the top. I've used a Noctua fan here, and it's one of the grey ones that runs up to 1700 RPM. That fan is it's an excellent fan. I've used it before, and the way I've set this up, under normal conditions, the fan in the top runs around 600 RPM. The rear fan runs about 1100 RPM, and the AMD CPU cooler fan runs about 1300 RPM. And that's initially how I've set it up. With the airflow running in this configuration, bringing air in through the top and out at the back, it's actually the best configuration for when you've got a graphics card. If I didn't have a graphics card and I had onboard graphics, I'd just bring in air from the rear of the case over the CPU, and that would be the best scenario. So with the scenario I've got now, I've got a graphics card, I'm bringing air in at the top and out at the back, and the graphics card now runs around 63 degrees C, and the CPU cooler's gone up by about 3 degrees in this configuration. So the CPU is raised by about 3 degrees, but the graphics card has probably come down right by about 15 to 20 degrees. So I think that's the best configuration. Plus the case is staying nice and cool now. So that's how we get this this case running with a nice airflow over it. And I think with this sort of airflow, the component should last a long time. Okay guys, thanks for watching.